welcome back to my channel, or if you happen to be new here, my name is Jess. I am very excited to do this. As you guys can tell from the title of this video, I'm going to be doing my Twitter/Instagram Q&A. I really like filming Q&As. I think the more my channel develops, I want to keep filming these because I think that it's very fun. If you are interested in any of my previous ones, you can search them in the description bar of my YouTube channel. I really enjoy doing these, so I'm really excited to do this one with you guys today. Some of these questions were very hard, but I am still really excited to answer them, and let's go ahead and get started because I think I have like 12 or 15 questions. Okay, so for the first question, it comes from Brienne from Crescent Reads. If you guys are familiar with her at all, or if you're not, I will link her in the down bar of this video. She asked me what my dream job was. I feel like for me, that would be anything space related. I know people probably predicted that I would go into something like writing or editing or anything like that, but I actually really enjoy space. So if I could do anything, I would like I don't want to be like an astronaut or anything like that, but I really want to try like doing experiments and going into some kind of like science field. I think that that would be a whole lot of fun. So the second question I have is actually from my friend Sam, and it is sleep with, snog, whatever you want to use, marry or kill. It's Draco, Mia, and the Darkling. I am going to marry the Darkling, sleep with Draco, and kill Mia. I know everybody is probably just like, what the hell, you didn't marry Draco, but I really love the Darkling, okay? I can't not do it. Brienne Buckland asked me, favorite book quote of all time. I actually have the book here with me right now. I'm not gonna say what book it is. I'm just gonna see if you guys are able to guess it. I have to say this isn't one of my favorite books of all time anymore, but this quote is hands down my most favorite. So I'm gonna go ahead and read it for you guys. It is a bit long, so bear with me, but I really love this quote, and I think at the time when I read it, it was super important for me, and it really is still kind of stuck in my mind. Although no one will ever accuse me of being much of a science student, one thing I learned from science classes is that energy is never created and never destroyed. And if Alaska took her own life, that is the hope I wish I could have given her. Forgetting her mother, failing her mother and her friends and herself, those are awful things, but she did not need to fold into herself and self-destruct. Those awful things are survivable, because we are indestructible as we believe ourselves to be. When adults say teenagers think they are invincible with that sly, stupid smile on their faces, they don't know how right they are. We need never be hopeless because we can never be irreparably broken. We think that we are invincible because we are. We cannot be born and we cannot die. Like all energy, we can only change shapes and sizes and manifestations. They forget that when they get old. They get scared of losing and failing, but that part of us greater than the sum of our parts cannot begin and cannot end, and so it cannot fail. And that's my favorite quote, ladies and gentlemen, of all time. Natalie B asked me from Honey Books, what is your earliest memory of reading, and in what ways, good and bad, do you think BookTube may have affected your reading? Okay, so to address the first part of that, my earliest memory of reading is actually when I got my copy of The Green Mile. My birth dad actually got it for me, and I was like 7, I think, like 7 years old, something like that. And I absolutely loved that book. I read it super quickly. That is like my earliest memory, was getting that book. And it wasn't like the little section, because if you're not familiar, The Green Mile is actually done in sections. I had the entire book and I absolutely loved it. And the second part of that, in what ways, good and bad, do you think BookTube may have affected your reading? I think BookTube has done a lot of good for my reading. I can't think of one bad thing BookTube has done, because I am such a, like, I already know who I am when it comes to, you know, me. So BookTube didn't affect me negatively, but positively, it actually opened my eyes to a lot of different genres that I wasn't reading before. I'm really enjoying contemporary right now. I've been getting more and more into sci-fi. It has opened my eyes to problematic authors. If you guys saw my most recent vlog, I do speak about Orson Scott Card in that video, and it just makes me more aware of things. I have met a lot of really great friends. So for me, when it comes to my reading, it makes me more cognizant of the things that I'm reading, the authors that I'm supporting. It has brought me more diverse reads into my life, and it has brought me different kinds of genres that I wouldn't have normally read. So for me, BookTube has been a blessing. Kelsey from Hardback Haven, who I absolutely love, and I will link her down below. What actress would play you in the movie about your life, and what author would write the book? I would really like Leigh Bardugo to write the book about my life, because I have been through quite a lot, and I think that she would do a really great job at it. Her or V.E. Schwab. I think their writing styles are very nice, and I think that they have a good grasp on like villains and, you know, like heavier plot points. I think that they would handle it really well. Now, when it comes to what actress would play me, I'm gonna go with Julia Stiles. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but she was in 10 Things I Hate About You. She was in, there was a dance movie, oh, Save the Last Dance, she was in that as well. I get all the time that she looks like me, so it would just be a really easy way to have somebody that sort of looks like me play me in a movie. She's a little bit older than me, but I don't really care. I think that she'd be a great actress for that. Also, she has like 4 emotions, which is perfect because I also only have like 4 emotions and like 2 facial features that I ever make. Alexis from the Sloth Reader asks, which book do you think deserves more hype, but also which book character do you identify the most with? So the character that I identify the most with would be Holland. Holland has, for some reason, become my most identifiable character. He is hard to connect with. He is kind of a bad guy, but also a good guy. It'd be really a long answer for me to give you guys on why I identify with him, and it's pretty personal, but I think that of every character, if you want an honest answer, I would say Holland. And then which book do you think deserves more hype? We Are the Ants, guys. I don't need to speak about this anymore. I think that that book is so underhyped. I never hear anybody talk about it. I need people to read that damn book. Please, read We Are the Ants. It's such a good book. Alyssa asks, sort your favorite characters in their Hogwarts houses. Oh God. Okay, so Alucard would be a Gryffindor because he really is always there for his friends. Holland would be a Slytherin, 100%. Roland Deschain from the Dark Tower series would have to be a Gryffindor. Let's see, Draco, that's dumb. Draco's obviously a Slytherin. This is really, really hard because most of my favorite characters are already from these, like, are from Harry Potter. Jason from Want, I think would be a Ravenclaw because he's super smart. Although mostly also like Gryffindor as well because he really, really cares about his friends, obviously. Katie from Illuminae, I would have to put into Ravenclaw as well because she's also incredibly smart. I'm gonna put Mia from Godsgrave into Slytherin. Okay, look, all my favorite characters are pretty much in Slytherin, so we'll just go with mostly Slytherin, sometimes Ravenclaw, occasionally a Gryffindor. Witchy Chapters asks me, what's your favorite scary movie, or if you don't watch scary stuff, has anything creepy ever happened to you? Nothing creepy has ever particularly happened to me. My favorite horror movie, however, is Event Horizon. It is very, very creepy. It's about a spaceship that goes through a black hole, but hell is on the other side of black hole, so it's very strange, but very, very creepy, and I watched it when I was way too young, but it is still my favorite. All right, and then someone else asks, what advices would you give to a new booktuber to promote their channel, and what makes a good booktuber? Nothing particularly makes a good booktuber. If you're getting on here and talking about books, hey, surprise, you're a booktuber. That's all you really need to be a booktuber. If you enjoy reading and you enjoy talking about them, I think that that is really all that you need. Really, the best advice I can give you on how to get your name out there on BookTube is just to simply be yourself. Be yourself, don't beg for views, anything like that. Like, just let it come naturally. I think that a lot of the time when people join BookTube, it is to make friends with people who also read books, and I think that's very admirable. So let it be that. Like, if you want to create a BookTube channel, create it. Talk about books that you genuinely love, and the people who love the same things as you do, people who you could really have a friendship, they will find you. You know, we're not such a big part of YouTube that we're like hidden. I think that we're a very small portion, and I think that eventually you will get out there, and I think that you will make friends and you will meet people, and that will just help your channel grow, and it'll help you grow. So I'm always kind of like hesitant about questions like this because I feel like, for me personally, I joined BookTube to talk about books. I didn't join BookTube to make money or, you know, anything like that. So for me, I've already hit my goal. I was surprised when 15 people subscribed to me, and now I'm at over 1,800. And it's like, a good friend said to me once that everybody focuses on the number and getting out there and getting exposure, and what they don't realize is if you take the number of people who follow you, who are subscribed to you, now actually think about every single one of those people and imagine yourself in like a room with them or a gym with them or whatever. Like, to me, that is more important. So if I thought of the 1,800 people that I have subscribed to me, if I was anyone else and I thought that that was a small number, if I looked at it like, okay, 1,800 people are in a room with me, in a gym, you know, whatever, that would be a lot of people. And then you really break it down to, this is a person. Like, you look at yourself and you're like, this is me and this is what I believe in. Like, you can't fit all of that in one room. And I think that's what's really, really helped me with being more comfortable on BookTube as well, is that 1,800 people have thought that I am worth watching, and that is such a staggering number. And I know that there are bigger YouTube channels, you know, there are some that have, like, PewDiePie has 60 million, and I don't ever want that. So when it comes to you starting your BookTube channel, just really focus on yourself and focus on what you find important, what you find value in, and maintain that your value does not depend on another person. And I know I've said that a lot, and I kind of got off on a tangent with this. Really just be yourself. Be yourself and people will find you, I promise. Alright guys, so that is all the questions that I got today. I am so thankful for you guys that commented on this. I really love doing Q&As. If you have any other questions for me, you weren't able to participate, leave them down in the down bar in the description, in the comments, and I will try to respond to them when I can. If you guys have seen my most recent vlog, you will know that I'm trying to respond to comments more. It is sometimes very hard for me to do because I do work full time and I obviously have really bad anxiety. So when I'm home and I should be responding to comments, usually I'm just reading or trying to like recover from the day. But I'm trying to make that an everyday thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.